MK1 just got way better. They got the King of the Hill crossplay now, finally. And then they got new moves from Scorpion. They got some stuff, some UI updates from Garrus. And then Rain has new moves and Reptile has new moves, including cancels. Shujinko also has a lot of new stuff that people are really going to enjoy with that. That might be a top cameo pretty soon. And then Ermac also is announced more of a rushdown character versus just being some, like, I don't know, just kind of the sluggish movement that we're not really used to in Mortal Kombat. And therefore, Ermac, when we touch base on that, Ermac now gives us a massive, I guess, limit, or a just setting the tone for how we want characters to be released these days. He has that ultimate MK3 appeal, a lot of classic poses. His brutality is definitely ultimate MK3, which is one of the greatest games ever created, by the way. If y'all want to know more on that, I created a fun tier list on that. But ultimate MK3 still has tournaments to this day, and a lot of the attributions to what we know Mortal Kombat to this day was thanks to Ultimate MK3, and therefore Ermac does bring back that whole appeal that he does have. I think they really dominated on the rushdown part, which is what we wanted in MK1. We never understood why, like, a lot of characters are very clunky, a lot of them are nerfed to the ground. Ermac, therefore, is that new essential that we look at and we're like, yes, this is what we want. Probably the best release character we're going to get, at least from this combat pack. I know Homelander and Takeda, but again, he has that evil Lin Kuei appeal, also that Bihan essential. Then he also has that evil Scorpion outlook. Ermac, the ninja appeal that OGs really love. Well, of course, he has the mask and everything now. People hated him without the mask. And he brings back that evil outlook that really fits the aesthetic of what Mortal Kombat is. Mortal Kombat 1, although it has like beautiful aesthetics and beautiful colors, beautiful palettes, it's still not really what we are used to. When you see MKX and MK11, they're far more dark. And MK9 has a dark, MK1 has something what like MK9 had in terms of palettes and like the colors and stuff. But MK9 really knocked out the classics way better than what MK1 is doing right now. And of course, there's just way more options of content. So when we see somebody like Ermac, you can notice how much he sticks out of the game, because these are what made MK famous in the first place. This type of gameplay, this type of aesthetic, this type of delivery, and just being able to be correlated. They did mention that Ermac is fairly simple to use, and it'll be great for like all levels to utilize. So you don't have to go full on combos. Instead, you can use a cameo to help you out with your weaknesses, or you can just go guns blazing with like the highest and most advanced combos. And I feel that that's what we missed in Mortal Kombat. So this can really set the tone moving forward as to what we're looking for. So although MK community could be negative towards like the MK1 outlook and the output of the game, which is rightfully so, I think if the community could rave about how great this feels, I don't know how great they'll listen to us. They haven't been doing amazing on that either. But maybe that could help set a tone for this game. This game is something that deserved a character like Ermac, because all the characters should be playing like that. Now, Reptile looks a lot faster now with his moves when you watch all the gameplay, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for, it doesn't have to be as fast as X. X is by far the fastest, even as fast as Ultimate MK3 at times. Ultimate MK3 can be super fast too. But I mean, at least give us a MK9 appeal, maybe a little bit slower. So like what I always claim, this game is a little bit in between 11 and MK9 in terms of speed wise. Depending on how you play, you can play kind of both styles, and then you add the cameo, and that'll help you out determine what level you're kind of playing at times. But I do like the new speed of it. That looked like a Mortal Kombat game as I was watching the combat cast. For some reason, Mortal Kombat just doesn't seem like Mortal Kombat at times, and so Ermac really does bring that appeal that I'm like, hell yeah, this is Mortal Kombat. Because I don't know what the fuck we'd be watching at times. I'm like, this is Mortal Kombat. Again, I wish it could continuously move forward. Again, the special guests like Homelander, that's going to be a dope-ass guest, of course, but I'm just saying that in terms of an actual lore MK classic person that is very monumental, that is the evil villain that we enjoy, Ermac for sure knocks it out the park, man. He looks dope. He looks convincing. The gameplay is great in terms of what we're seeing. And I'm just like, okay, this is what we know Mortal Kombat is. Even I was excited, and I'm just like along with everybody else, right? We're completely criticizing this game for what they are not delivering. But I know everybody that's hype about this character right now is legit hype finally. I think this is the only character that actually has legit hype. Quan Chi was aight. But this character now has legit hype. People are excited for it. People are like, because we know how much it fits the aesthetic of what we want in a Mortal Kombat game. Having King of the Hill crossplay too does help, possibly keeping people like me who actually make content on these games and actually get respectable viewers at times. It helps us bring our community and actually re-downloading the game, or maybe even first time buying the game. Which is why I never understand why they never done these things. And MK1 being a business, it really does strike me that they didn't do this whole crossplay at launch, or King of the Hill crossplay. It took them forever to do this. I know it's not easy. I'm not a dev by any means, but it would help in terms of if the game was gonna fall down this bad. It continues to help us as, you know, like creators or streamers or whatever, people that actually have a smaller community, bring our community together and help bring at least some light to the game in terms of explanation, education, breakdowns. And a lot of us are very much like, we're put against the wall because there's nothing really to offer with this game. And so now I'm so glad that King of the Hill crossplay, because now we can do viewer battles, we can have fun. We can just do a lot of things that are just a lot better. Now I wish the crossplay, like essential and getting into the crossplay, was as easy as Tekken's, because Tekken's is by far the easiest, but it's still cool that they do have it now. And then adding more moves, please keep adding more moves. I know it's like a handful of characters, and again, I'm not a dev, I don't know how fucking easy it is to add these moves, but please continuously add moves. Some of these characters just need so much more moves, man, and so much more speed on them. Like Reptile looks so fast now when he's doing cancels and doing combos, and that's what we need. I still think Ermac's knees, like the jumping knees, I think his are way faster than Reptile's. I would expect Reptile's to be that fast also, but it's still cool to finally see something when it comes down to like enhancing the gameplay. This gameplay is already solid, and if they're gonna continuously not give us great content, a la the skins we got this season, then I wish they can just continuously just up that gameplay, because the gameplay only holds out for so long when it's like the same metas, the same everything. And bringing new moves allows for other people like myself that could dabble into multiple characters, share the education behind it, share our insights, share our responses, or help people that are new to this game. And that's what really makes Mortal Kombat for what it was. And when you have to deal with a lot of stuff, if there's like toxicity or people are pissed off, then at least like bring us a solid game, you know what I mean? So it's cool to actually see a lot of these things. I'm excited. Another thing that I was actually pretty shocking was the Shijinko stuff. The Shijinko does a lot of crazy shit now. Shijinko does, you know, almost everything, and even doing like Limei's lamps and stuff. So when it's crazy, now he is definitely gonna be a top tier Kami. He should be, at least. I know people that use them now. I can imagine they're gonna be just candy, just more candy for them, man. Like these people that are using Shijinko right now, respect to them, by the way. Now they got Shijinko. This man looks like he's fucking phenomenal in this game, so that's gonna be pretty cool too. But at the end of the day, like, we were here for one thing only. Ermac, for me, probably the best character on this combat pack, no question, just due to although Omni-Man is solid, I think, in my opinion, still for beginners to pick up, especially. He's a special guest, right? I'm not talking like in terms of special guest. I mean just a pure Mortal Kombat character that is actually Mortal Kombat. And although Quan Chi was there, I feel like the OG fan base before MK4 loved Ermac way more than Quan Chi. These are OGs. I'm not talking about if you played MK4 and further on from Deadly Alliance and all that 3D era. I mean like or MKX. I know a lot of people that love Quan Chi like love the MKX Quan. So for me, it's seeing Ermac from an Ultimate MK3 standpoint. There were a lot of references to it, and even like the Combat Cast was saying like, oh yeah, the Ultimate MK3 this, and the brutality is from Ultimate MK3. So that is what we expected when we saw this game be rebooted as MK1, and therefore Ermac, in my opinion, is gonna carry the hell out of these next moments until we get somebody good. What is it? Takeda's next, which is cool for those that are cool with all the combat kids. And I don't even know what the lore is with him. I don't know if Takeda's actually gonna be Takeda, so y'all gotta let me know on that. And then you got Homelander. I believe that's the combat pack, right? I don't know. Y'all gotta let me know what's up with that. But Ermac in his totality, looks evil, has the mummified look, has the aesthetic, has the appeal, very dark, sounds, even though he's not the biggest and buffest and crazy just bulky type character, he still seems the most like actual evil in him. And MK is a very dark community and they could be toxic, and it just fits the appeal of what they look for anyways, or what we look for from why we play this game in the first place. And therefore it is definitely executed on how that is. I love the way he looks, the way he floats around. Just everything looks awesome. Probably pretty much the closest character we can get to being in like an actual classic in terms of gameplay, look, delivery, sounding, and just bringing on that evil approach that has an ooze that comes out of that character where you're like, yes, this character is badass. Aramag's the only one I feel that really is delivering that shit right now. I was just like, whoa, this is crazy. Because even like behind sub, it doesn't strike us too much. I don't know, I'm trying to look down on the other characters. I'm like, yeah, I think when it comes down to the overall, a pure evil executed aesthetic character that actually grabs from the real classics, especially Ultimate MK3, one of the most famous MKs ever, probably the most famous MK ever, due to how they mainstreamed after that. Ermac gets it, man. So yeah, y'all gotta let me know what's up with y'all thoughts, man. I appreciate y'all. Peace.